Magandang araw! April Marcas po, ang inyong pretty ate sa Edtech Unit. Alam ba ninyo na may webinar o online training session ng Edtech Unit tuwing Sabado? Ang araw na ito ay nakalaan para sa ating mga mahal na kaguruan upang turuan sila ng mga bagong kaalaman at kakayahan sa paggamit ng makabagong software at applications para sa pinaka-epektibong paraan at lubos mapaghusay ang kanilang paraan ng pagtuturo. This is also a refresher session for our beloved teachers to enhance their skills in technology. Every Saturday, we will conduct webinar sessions for teachers about the use, advantages, and relevance of different blended learning software applications. Ang webinar seryeng ito ay magsisimula ng alas 9 ng umaga hanggang alas 12 ng tanghali para sa morning session. Magsisimula naman ng alauna at magtatapos ng alas 4 ng hapon ang afternoon session. You can watch us in our DepEd Educational Unit Facebook page, Educational Technology Unit YouTube channel, DepEd tayo and DepEd Philippines. Kita-kits tayo tuwing Sabado!
Magandang araw! Sir Wilbur po, at your service. Narito ang ETUlay upang gabayan ka sa inyong pag-aaral upang lubos na maunawaan ang iba't ibang paksa o subject. Ang ETUlay ay isang free online tutorial class na pinangungunahan ng ICT's Educational Technology Unit sa pamumuno ni Undersecretary Elaine Del B. Pascua. Ang programang ito ay hindi lamang para sa mga bata, kundi ito rin ay magsisilbing gabay sa mga magulang at mga guro kung paano nila ituturo o gagabayan sa bawat asignatura ang kanilang mga anak o mga estudyante. Sa kasalukuyan, ang self-learning module mula sa rehiyon ng Calabarzon at kilala sa tawag na pivot ang ginagamit sa ating ETUlay online class. Kaya ano pang hinihintay ninyo? Ihanda na ang inyong mga ballpen o lapis, papel o kwaderno at samahan kaming itulay ang pagkatuto para sa bawat batang Pilipino. Sama-sama tayong magtutulungan para malampasan ang mga hamon sa panahong ito. Halina't matuto kasama ang inyong online tutor sa oras na ito.
Alright, so good afternoon everyone. Kumusta kayo? My name is Tutor Jester and I'll be with you for the subject English 9 and we are on the third quarter, week 1. And our topic for today is types and features of a play synopsis. Ayan, so kumusta kayo? I hope you are doing fine with your family, especially ang ating learners, naka-ready ng ating mga learning modules. Okay, so let's begin. We have here the facts. The stories have a beginning, a middle, and an ending. Indeed, di ba? Kapag may ang alam naman natin ang kwento, dapat may simula, may yung gitna o yung body, and of course, yung ending or yung finale. Okay? The beginning of a story tells who the story is mostly about and where the story mostly takes place. Ito yung tinatawag nating character or characters o sa Tagalog, tauhan. Tauhan or yung characters are who the story is mostly about. And aside from character, meron tayong tinatawag na setting. The setting is where the story mostly takes place. Kapag sinabi natin setting, we have the time and the place. Ayan. Now, the middle of a story tells you the things that happened. Medyo nagkaroon lang tayong typo error. That events are the things that happen in the story. The ending of a story tells how the problem is being solved or solved. The problem solution is how the problem is solved. Now, we have here our objectives. At the end of this session, you will be able to, first, define synopsis or play, and the second one, identify the types and features or elements of a play or synopsis. But before we continue, let me greet first our online learners, pati mga students, pati yung ating mga parents as well as our fellow teachers watching from General Santos City, North District, Seleni Sebal. Ayan, si Ma'am Joanne Seville from Taal Senior High School, Buds Dalmo Salvatos watching from Sariaya, Quezon. Great, huh? Watching from Kirapawan City, we have Ma'am Helen Abahay Pergonya. Thank you so much for always keeping in touch sa ating EdTech ETUlay. Now let's proceed. Ano bang makikita natin sa ating screen at this moment? You have there the people. And how do you call that people in our topic? They are the what? They are the characters. All right. So kapag meron tayong stage play na tinatawag, we have the characters. And this has something to do with the, yun nga, tinatawag nating play. Saan ba ginaganap? Sa stage mismo, di ba? Sa tanghalan. Kapag may character, may setup, may settings din. Kita natin yung backdrop. More on this later. Pero, kita natin yung characters, they are having what? A conversation. May dialogue indeed. Ayan. Now, a play is a work written to be staged in a theater and in front of an audience or a live audience. The elements of a play are, first, we got the character or yung tauhan. Second, yung setting, yung time or yung place. Third, yung plot. Fourth, conflict. Fifth, suspense. Ano ba yung suspense? May kinalaman ba yan sa horror lamang or sa thriller? Let's find out later. And of course, the theme. Again, the elements of a play are character, setting, plot, conflict, suspense, and theme. According to Ma'am Jessica, kapag character daw, tinatawag din yan natin na actors and actresses. Definitely. Or stage actor, stage actress, or theater actors or theater actresses. Very good, huh? Watching from General Santos, thank you so much po. We have here the directions, an activity, for us to define what are those elements of a play para malaman natin kung ano yung kahulugan ng bawat isa, gawin nating activity. Directions. Arrange the jumbled letters to form the correct word of the given meaning. Again, we are to arrange or rearrange the jumbled letters to form the correct word of the given meaning. Number one, it is the place and time where the events of the drama or play or story take place. Ano kaya ang tamang sagot for this? Meron tayong two clues. The first clue, yung meaning. Yung second clue, yung jumbled letters. What do you think is the correct answer for this? All right, you got it right. Thank you so much for answering. And that is setting. Kapag sinabi natin setting, it involves yung lugar or yung place, pati yung time kung saan naganap yung istorya. Okay, thank you so much, Ma'am Chuenza, Jessica, and of course, also you got correct answers, Sue and CK and Joms Doranila. Thank you so much po. Next, we got this. It is the oppositions between characters. Oppositions between characters. What do you think is the answer for this? Ano kaya ang tamang element for this? Ayan. May tamang sagot ni Melito kanina, ha? Sir Melito, thank you so much. And the correct answer for this is definitely conflict. Watching here from Quirino National High School, Quirino District, Teacher Marisa. Thank you so much po. Ayan. Next, we got the ordered structure of a play. Again, the order structure of a play. Ano kayang element ito? Ang daming nagsasagot, ha? Very nice. It's the, yes, you get it right. It's the plot. Palakpakan naman ang mga sarili. Nakakatuwa, no? Not only the students, but also the teachers and parents are having a nice time learning with our ETUlay session. Okay, next. Number 4. This one, very familiar with you. Very common, di ba? People involved in the story. Napakadali. People involved in the story. Definitely, it's the Online, kindly put in your answers. It's indeed the characters. You got it right. Okay. Next, we got number five, MEETH. Meaning, a main idea or an underlying meaning of a literary work. It is the main idea or an underlying meaning of a literary work. What do you think is that element? Watching from Dr. Vivencio, Villamayor Integrated School, Division of Rizal, we got Sir Melito, Pagirigan, Binara, Vilma Dayo, thank you so much also. And you got it right, Tutor Jessica, or Mom Jessica, it's the team. Melito, thank you so much. You got also the correct answer. Mom Enza, Mary Claire, thank you so much. Okay, so let's have the last one. It is the major crisis or the climax in the story. What do you think is the correct answer for this? PENSESUS. What do you think is that? A major crisis or yung climax daw ng story. Let's see. Put in your answers now. Come on. Watching from Tupi National High School, Division of South Cotabato. Wow, all the way from South Cotabato, we have Ma'am Ann Sheras. And the correct answer for that is the suspense. Sir Melito, you got it right. And Sierras, thank you so much. You also got it right. Mary Claire also, thank you. All right, so let's proceed. Again, the elements of a play, all together at home or kung nasa school man kayo, sabay-sabay natin, isigaw. We have the elements of a play: character, setting, plot, conflict, suspense, and theme. Six. All right. Character, setting, plot, conflict, suspense, and the theme. All right. Now, we have here a sort of question. Drama and play similar? Parehas lang ba ang drama sa play? What do you think online? Key in your answers now. Parehas lamang ba tinatawag nating drama and play? Are they both the same or similar? What is your answer? Let's find out. Hmm. We got watching from. Okay, thank you so much. In some aspects, they are the same. Yeah, sure. Yeah, you got it right, Mr. Melito. In some aspects or in some aspect, pero not exactly. Ano po? Now, yeah, sorry. Drama and play are not actually the same, but in some aspect, according to Sir Melito, and in other ways, they are the same. Why? Bakit? Bakit nga ba natin tinatawag na they are not the same? Because drama and play are two words that are often confusing, di ba? Minsan nakaka-confuse, di ba? When it comes to their usage and meaning. Strictly speaking, there is a difference between these two words. Now, a drama is telling a story intended to be represented by actors and characters and speaking their dialogues, katulad din ng play. Kaya somewhat, in some aspect nga, tulad ng pelikula or tinatawag nating mga TV shows, this can also be dramas but are not plays. Meanwhile, kapag play naman, this can be musical, comedy, and the like. So, kung susumahin natin, they are the same pero may particular na aspect na magkaiba sila. At alam niya ng mga fellow teachers natin. Thank you so much po. Now, what are these? Let's have the next slides. Ano kaya ang mga ito? All right, so here are the types of plays in the Philippines, in our country, Philippines. At para malaman natin yan, ginawa ko siyang activity. Ayan. We got the directions. We are to rearrange the jumbled letters to form the correct word. Again, we are to rearrange the jumbled letters to form the correct word. All right? So, number one, it is considered the highest point of Filipino folk literature and dates back to the pre-colonial period. You got it right, Sir Melito Pagirigan. It's epic poetry. Ano bang ibig sabihin natin ng epic poetry? Bukod dito sa ating meaning na nasa screen. Kapag sinabi nating epic poetry, this epic usually of romance and adventure as well, commonly presented during festivals daw and gatherings such as baptism, weddings, even wakes. Pero ngayon, no longer na pinapractice natin. Kasi nga, noon pa yan, during pre-colonial period. Okay? You got it right, Ma'am Anne, Rosemary, tama. Kay Waki, kay Je, ayan. Kay RG, thank you so much. So we have the first one, it's the epic poetry. Okay, next. Number 2 is a poetic debate presented through a song and dance, which originated from indigenous courtship customs. Ayan. Ano ba yung pag sinabi natin courtship? Panliligaw, di ba? So what do you think is the answer for this? You got it right once again, Sir Melito Pagiragan, Binaraw. The answer for this is indeed duplo. Ayan. Kapag duplo naman, poets use proverbs and riddles. Ano ba yung riddle sa Tagalog? Sige nga, online. What is riddle in Tagalog? Alam naman natin na ang riddle ay... Oh, may nagsasagot dito sa aking kasama ko dito sa studio. Sabi ni Ma'am Angel, bugtong. Tama si Ma'am Angel. Pag sinabi natin riddle, bugtong. Ano bang mga bugtong ang alam natin para medyo mabuhay lang ang ating oras na ito? Ano ba yung mga bugtong na alam natin? O bugtungan daw, gustong-gusto nila. Baka maliw tayo sa ating lesson, ha? Okay, so babalikan ko ang inyong mga bugtong or riddle later on. I-type nyo lamang. Alright. Okay. Okay. Ayan. O, mamaya ko babasahin yan. So, next up, we got... Oh, number 3. It is a street drama that usually lasted for several days. It's a street drama that usually lasted for several days. M-O-O-R? M-O-O-R. What do you think is the type of play this is? You are indeed correct, Sir Melito. It's Moro Moro. Ayan. You're also correct, Brian. Thank you so much. Ayan. Later, I will read your bugtongs, your riddles. Okay, it's Moro Moro. Kapag Moro Moro naman, usually ito ay play, hindi lang actually sa tanghalan, but also a street drama sa kalye. May specific na lugar sa Pilipinas kung saan tinatanghal ang Moro Moro street drama. Babalikan natin, ano, yung lugar na yan. Okay? So, ang tema daw ng Moro Moro has something to do with love and parang it has something to do with also with yung vengeance. Ano ba yung vengeance? Yung pag sabi natin vengeance, ito ay ipagbawi, ano? Para may akong gustong gawa, actually parang meron akong gustong not in a bad way. Actually, not in a bad way din, pero meron akong gustong i-pursue para bumawi sa isang tao or sa isang pangyayari. Right? Okay? Alright. So, okay. Yan, bumalik na ang aking signal. Thank you so much. Ayan. So, next we got the 4th one. It is a religious custom. What do you think? Is this type of play in our country, Philippines? Religious custom. It's what? And you got it right. It's the sinakulo. Uy, malapit na magkaroon ng sinakulo. Actually, kung hindi nagkakamali, may mga ilang lugar na sa Pilipinas. No. Kasi during pandemic, actually, ikalawang taon na natin na walang sinakulo kasi nga mayroon tayong pandemya. Ano ba yung tinatawag nating sinakulo? This is the dramatization of the life and death, yung paghihirap ni Jesus Christ na ating Panginoon. Ginaganap ito tuwing, of course, Semana Santa or kapag mahal na araw. For sure, ang ilan sa ating mga viewers, particularly mga teachers, they have engaged themselves in this kind of play or sinakulo. Kung hindi man totally nanonood, baka ilan sa kanila sa ating mga talented na teachers naging kabahagi na ng sinakulo play. Kung hindi ako nagkakamali, marami talaga, marami akong mga naging kaibigan dito sa Taal Batangas na kasali sa sinakulo dito before. Ayan. Kaway-kaway din natin sa ating mga kaibigan from Sariaya, Quezon. Talagang maganda rin ang presentation nila doon. Meron tayo isang viewer from Sariaya, Quezon. For sure, nakaka-relate sila sa ganito. Okay? Alright. So, what about this one? This form was an American import in the pre-war era. OBDABLI. This form was an American import in the pre-war era. What do you think is this type of play? It's indeed vaudeville. Thank you so much, Sir Vinarao. Also to Brian, Red Gem, Waki, kay Rosemary, thank you so much po. Huh? Alright. It's vaudeville. Kapag vaudeville, kumbaga, naging popular ito sa atin as Filipino pop culture. It featured a variety of musical numbers, even comedic skits. That includes the song and dance numbers as well. Meron tayong mga kilala or popular vaudeville performers. Kung natatandaan nyo, ating King of Comedy, naging vaudeville performer din siya. None other than Tito Dolphy. Tito Dolphy talaga, kala ko kamag-anak ko, si Sir Dolphy Quezon, ang isa sa mga kilala vaudeville performer noon. Bago pa siya naging artista sa TV. Ayan. Okay. So again, here are the types of plays in the Philippines. We got the epic poetry, duplo, moro-moro, sinakulo, and vaudeville. Again, epic poetry, duplo, moro-moro, sinakulo, and vaudeville. Okay? All right. So good afternoon also to Konul Mirza Yeva. Okay. All right. So we got here the synopsis. So we are done with the play. Let's move on with the synopsis. Ang iba, ang tawag ay synopsis. Pero the correct pronunciation for this is synopsis. Pero we are accepting naman kung ano man ang paraan ng pagbigkas. Pero ang appropriate talaga is synopsis. Okay? What is then a synopsis? A synopsis is a brief summary that gives audiences an idea of what a composition or a literary work is all about. Nakaka-relate dito yung mga TV producers, yung mga TV program producers din, mga specifically mga script writers, and even yung mga academic writers natin. Bakit? Let's find out later on. Okay, now, gaya nga nung nabanggit ko kanina, it provides an overview of the storyline or main points, which may include the style, genre, person, or characters, or setting. Now, you have here the icons, print, movies, and TV shows. We write synopsis for all kinds of things, any type of fiction or even non-fiction books, including academic papers, journal, and newspaper articles, films, and TV shows. Ayan. Napakahalaga talaga sa kanila ito. The synopsis must be no longer 250 words long. Dapat hanggang 250 words lamang, para matatawag nating isa siyang synopsis. Kumbaga, maikli. Kung may summary, may synopsis na mas maikli. Okay? When telling the story, dialogue should not be included. Hindi dapat kasali yung conversation, yung dialogue, or tinatawag nating may open and close yung quotation marks natin. Hindi na kailangan doon. Specifically, dapat declarative or statement yung synopsis. Okay? All right. Next, we got the importance of synopsis. Ayan, alamin natin ang kahalagahan ng synopsis. Synopsis is extremely valuable, necessary pieces of writing for authors, filmmakers, TV producers, academic writers, and many others. Okay, ayan. And many others. Ito na tayo sa private. Okay. Naghang lang tayo ng konti. Okay, so before that, yun nga, ulitin ko ha, nagkaroon tayo ng technical problem na konti. Synopsis is extremely valuable and necessary pieces of writing for authors, filmmakers, even TV producers, academic writers katulad natin, mga teachers na gumagawa ng mga gumagawa din ng mga stories, sumusulat ng mga stories, and many others. On one level, it's what actually helps a book get published or a film or TV series get made. Why? Kailangan nating tandaan that a well-written synopsis can convince the person in charge of publication or production to bring a work to life. On the other hand, ito palang synopsis grabs the attention of the potential audiences. So kung ikaw ay isang film producer or filmmakers, gandahan mo yung pagsulat ng synopsis. Sabihin mo dun sa writer na kahit maikli yung synopsis, nandoon na siksik, liglig at umaapaw yung nilalaman ng synopsis para kumbaga nandun yung gist ng story mo, di ba? Okay? So also not only sa mga movies but also sa TV shows din. Okay? Now, here is an example of a short synopsis of the story Jack and Jill. I know you're familiar with this story, di ba? When we were younger, tayo mga bata pa, madalas nating naririnig ang song na ito. Actually, yun ay isa ding story, Jack and Jill. Now, ito yung aking na-prepare na synopsis of Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill is the story of a boy and a girl who went up a hill together. They went to fetch a pail of water, but unfortunately, their plan is disrupted when Jack falls and hits his head and rolls back down the hill. Then, Jill falls too and comes tumbling down after Jack. Ulitin ko ha. Jack and Jill is the story of a boy and a girl who went up a hill together. They went to fetch a pail of water, but unfortunately, their plan is disrupted when Jack falls and hits his head and rolls back down the hill. Then, Jill falls too and comes tumbling down after Jack. So, online, sige nga, tingnan natin kung ano ba yung napansin ninyo doon sa synopsis ng Jack and Jill. Ano ba yung napansin nyo actually doon sa nabuo ni Tutor Jester dito? Is it that long or napakaikli? Maikli ba in a sense na hindi siya maintindihan at maunawaan o maikli in a sense na nandoon na yung mismong content, yung mismong nilalaman, yung mismong mensahe ng isang story, although maikli siya, nang doon na, hindi ba? Okay, so according to Melito Pagirigan, synopsis is told, written in the third person point of view. Definitely, tama ka dyan, Sir Melito. Kapag sinabi nating synopsis, written siya, sinusulat siya actually kapag nasa third person point of view na. So, wala na siyang mga dialogue, no conversation at all. Okay? Did you understand? Good job. Okay. Next. So here are the things that we need to consider in writing a synopsis. First is, you need to begin with a hook. Alam na alam to ng mga teachers ha. Kapag sinabi natin hook, ano ba ito? Sa lesson planning. Katulad na sa lesson planning, we need to begin with a hook. Students ha, make sure if you write a synopsis, mayroon tayong tinatawag nating motivation. Okay? Pag sinabi nating hook, mamomotivate yung ating reader, mamomotivate kung sino mang audience na mayroon tayo, di ba? It should be something interesting to grab the audience interest. mahalaga na kapag may hook, may interest na nakapaloob dito. So, make sure maging maganda ang simula pa lamang ng iyong synopsis. Unang sentence, may hook na kaagad. May interesting kaagad. Next one is, you need to give a clear summary of what the work is about. Third, introduce the characters. Huwag kakalimutan, of course, although may yan, huwag kakalimutan ang character, ha? Okay. So kapag character, meron tayong tinatawag na protagonist at meron tayong antagonist. Kapag protagonist, alam natin, ito yung bida. At kapag antagonist, ito yung opposite, yung kalaban. Normally, di ba? Okay? Next, we got number 4. Outline the major or yung mahahalagang plot points. No need for you to include yung mga hindi naman important na details. Only the important ones. Okay? Fifth, introduce the setting, the time and place. Napakahalaga niyan. And sixth, identify a major conflict or turning point. We should also include that. So according to Mary Claire Rovero, sir, it's short and understandable. Thank you so much for participating. To Konul, thank you so much also. Okay. Now let's have the activity. Directions. Read the synopsis from the story, Beowulf, and then try to identify if it follows the guidelines on how to write a plot summary. Are you ready? Okay. Let's begin our activity. But before that, batiin muna natin pala, batiin muna natin ang ating mga online viewers from different SDOs and also students from different parts of the Philippines. Thank you so much. I hope nakatulong si Sir Jester sa pagsagot ng inyong mga module. Ayan, maraming salamat sa nag-comment, ha. Thank you so much po. So let's begin. Ay, wait, familiar na ba kayo sa Beowulf? Of course, kasi last grading period or last quarter, pinag-aralan natin ang Beowulf. Medyo balikan lamang natin ng konti. And it serves as an example for this topic or activity. Okay, so let's begin. Beowulf tells the story of a warrior named Beowulf. Beowulf comes to the aid of King Hrothgar, whose kingdom is being terrorized by a monster named Grendel. The courageous Beowulf uses his epic strength to kill Grendel, then slays Grendel's vengeful mother before returning home to Gitland. Beowulf later becomes the king of the Geats and rules for a peaceful 50 years. When a dragon begins to pose a threat to Gitland, Beowulf and his servant Wiglaf set off to defeat it. Beowulf succeeds in slaying the dragon but dies in the process. Watching from Biliran Division, Nilda, si Ma'am Nilda. Okay? So, ulitin natin ha. Beowulf tells the story of a warrior named Beowulf. Beowulf comes to the aid of King Hrothgar, whose kingdom is being terrorized by a monster named Grendel. The courageous Beowulf uses his epic strength to kill Grendel and then slays Grendel's vengeful mother before returning to home, Gitland. Beowulf later becomes the king of the Geats and rules for a peaceful 50 years. When a dragon begins to pose a threat to Gitland, Beowulf and his servant Wiglaf set off to defeat it. Beowulf succeeds in slaying the dragon, but dies in the process. So that is an example of a synopsis of the epic Beowulf. Now, let's have the activity. Number 1, there is a dialogue in the text. What do you think? True or false? Meron bang dialogue ako include doon? Meron bang salitaan? Meron bang conversation? Meron bang naka-quotation mark? Online? Key in your answers? And wala daw po according to Sir Melito. Definitely false. No. Okay, you got it right. Thank you so much for participating. Next, number 2. The character's description is not brief. The character's description is not brief. What do you think? Ano ba yung pagkakagawa ko doon? True or false? Character's description is not brief. Maikli lang ba yung description? Ay, hindi daw ba maikli o mahaba ba daw yung description ng character? True or false? It's, medyo nagkaroon lang tayo ng technical difficulty, pero it's false. You got it right, Sir Waki. Si Waki yata isang estudyante ha. Very good ha. Nakikiisa sa atin. Isang grade 9 learner. Thank you. Very good. Ganun din kay Sir Melito. Ala, galing. So it's false. So kung mapapansin niyo, dun sa ginawa kong synopsis ng Beowulf, may clear lang din yung character's description. Okay? Okay, let's proceed with the third one. Number 3. The story is in order. Nakakasunod-sunod ba ang paggawa ko ng story dun sa synopsis na yon? Definitely. Ako pa ba? Just kidding. So the story is definitely in order. So let us remember na kapag any kind of literature na pina-activity ni teacher, ni sir or ni ma'am, dapat kung yan man ay short story and specifically our topic is synopsis, yan should be in proper order. Okay? Thank you so much, Ma'am Donna, Ma'am Nilda. Thank you so much, Ma'am Arlene. Thank you so much po. Now, here is a challenge for you guys. Before I leave, I want you to do this. And here is the drill. Think of your favorite story. Tandaan, ano ba yung mga favorite story niyo? Kahit nung kay bata pa, pwedeng Cinderella, pwedeng Sleeping Beauty, ayan. Movie, Titanic, talagang napapagkamala ng edad natin, ano? Or even TV show, can be K-drama or what so. Then, I want you to create its synopsis. Paano, sir? Type in your answers in the comment box. Meron tayong typo error. It should be double M. Type in your answers in the comment box once you're done. Again, online viewers, students, teachers, parents, gawa kayo ng synopsis ng inyong favorite story or movie or even TV show, can be K-drama or whatsoever. Then, i-type ang inyong answers in this comment box. Pwede niyong balikan ito kahit hindi na tayo live. Okay? Alright. So, that is your challenge. Now, bago ko magpaalam, choose English Day. Every Tuesday po tayo ang English team from 1 o'clock until 4:20 in the afternoon. I am your tutor jester, English 9 from 3 o'clock until 3:40. Mapapanood tayo sa different Facebook at YouTube pages ng DepEd Edtech and DepEd Philippines. Susunod na po, si Tutor Wilma. Thank you so much and have a great day.
Cognizant to the needs of our learners, parents, and teachers, the Department of Education provided us with powerful tools for productivity that will allow us to foster critical thinking skills, problem-solving skills, communication and collaboration skills to be compassionate, responsible global citizens. Join us and discover new ideas in our series of professional development training program with the ICTS Edtech Unit and Microsoft Education Philippines. Together, we will equip our learners and empower our fellow educators for a dynamic future. Para sa bata, para sa bayan, at para sa guro. Sulong Edukalidad.